Welcome to the Nomad Newsroom podcast, the podcast for nomads, hosted by a British duo with an average sense of humor. It's Julian Nevin and Joe Wood.
I love podcasts. Can we start the show now?
Action! Okay, welcome to episode 10 of the Nomad Newsroom. It's been a little while again, hasn't it?
It has. We skipped a week because I led the team down. I was away. I left Thailand.
Yeah, I went to Bangkok for a bit, didn't you? And then went to Laos, was it?
Yeah,
to
correct. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's been a busy couple of weeks, actually. A lot's been going on in terms of just us, life in general, Halloween coming up, it's our event coming up.
Yeah, I know. But so what have you been up to in the last... I think we would have recorded an episode maybe 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, something like that now.
So
Because we were ahead. Well, honestly, it seemed like not much, but I'm just frantically busy. So it's just like working with clients that I've got. I've been really heavily sort of utilising the AI agent world. This is the whole thing now. So starting to understand that a little bit more. I have a course that I'm currently going through. It's a free course that someone recommended. So I've been going through that, trying to understand the best use cases for AI agents. Because if nobody knows, OpenAI, they released their agent kit now, which is almost an N8N killer. Not quite.
Not quite. Yeah, it's still a way to go.
Still a long way to go.
It shows where they're heading.
100%.
If I was N8N, I'd be super worried. Right?
Yeah, I'd be a little bit concerned.
Same as Google as well, because I mean, OpenAI are just killing it, especially with their new search, with their new web browser.
It's the Atlas, isn't it? So it's actually tagged onto Google. Because when that actually happened, when OpenAI said that that's what they'd done, Google stopped
I saw that
significantly, but then it went back up when people realized it was just an add-on to your Chrome. So it's not like its own official browser, but it's something that it will get to the point now where you'll just, to be fair, it's a one-stop shop, man.
I think I read that Google were actually trying to put a block in place to stop LLMs from scraping data from Google, which is obviously the way they need to go, which actually could absolutely ruin OpenAI, because at the moment they rely on searching forums like Reddit and Google search results,
exactly.
and I don't know if they search Yahoo or anything, but I'm sure they do.
Yeah, I mean, they scrape everything, don't they? So if they're not able to access Google, then that is going to be a huge problem. But it gives Bing and to the other people such an opportunity to then work with them to then sort of edge out Google, which is what everyone's trying to do.
It's an exciting time to be alive, isn't it?
Crazy,
I mean,
man.
it's changing so much.
It is crazy. I mean, you've got the web browser now, you've got the agent kit that OpenAI brought out, and now they're going to implement an actual e-commerce version of ChatGPT.
Well, then you've got Amazon that they're competing with now.
Exactly. So
they're taking on the big dogs.
Everyone. They take all at the same time.
Yeah,
they're taking on everyone at the same time.
Imagine a year ago if someone said, "Oh yeah, there's going to be a company that's going to take on Google, Amazon, and however many other companies there are in like one sweep." Yeah. You just would never think of it.
No, you wouldn't. It's a little bit. It's almost a bit like magic. You don't really know what's going on. You just know it's happening. But they have so many plans. They're probably 3 years ahead in terms of what they're going to roll out. But if you've noticed now, it's quicker. The rollouts are quicker.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And that's what we're seeing.
More capital, more investment, more people getting involved in AI. Facebook are also at threat because they rely heavily on paid advertisement. Yeah. So OpenAI are now incorporating paid ads and they're competing with Facebook and Meta. So again, I think Meta's trying to find a way that they can also block OpenAI. So it's like dog-eat-dog world right now. It is crazy.
The competition is so rife that you are getting better tools and equipment. So imagine from a co-worker perspective, if someone said into ChatGPT, how do I become a digital nomad? Then you could pay that advertiser to just throw co-worker at them. Yeah. It's like, this is the best way to start. Then obviously that's a lot of money they have to throw at it. But if you're a big boy and you're able to do that, the amount of money you will get back in return would be insane.
Yeah, different level now.
It would be a lot. So other than that, not a great deal, mate. I've been doing that, obviously. It was in his birthday a couple of weeks ago, so we've just sort of doing all that kind of stuff. We've been trying to get out a little bit more on the weekends so that he can explore. Because at an age now where everything's just new, and he wants to explore it, he wants to climb on it, he wants to destroy it, he wants to throw it, he wants to break it. You
proper lad.
So mate, that's pretty much what I've been up to, working with my clients as well and stuff like that. And obviously we're going to go into co-working as well, because it's been a big
huge change, huge news there.
Yeah, so that's what I've been up to. What about yourself, mate? Where did you go? What have you been up to?
Yeah, so I went up to Bangkok for an event, and then I came back for a day, then had to go back to Bangkok to go to Laos. And the reason I had to go to Laos is because I recently set up a business here so I could get my work permit to work legally as a photographer, videographer, digital marketer. So the good news is my work permit has been issued, so I can actually work with Thai clients and pitch myself in Thailand, so I don't need to worry. It's only a 3-month visa at the moment, but in about 2 or 3 weeks' time, with my accountant, we'll be applying for the 1-year extension. So I will get, in total, maybe about 14 or 13 months, or have 13 or 14 months left on my visa by the time I get the extension.
Got you. And can you just extend it every year? Is that how it
works?
works?
Yeah, you can extend it every year. So, I mean, obviously, as long as you meet the criteria, right? It's all done legally, legitimately. I know my Thai nominees, all that jazz. So it's a relief.
You're clued up, right? You're clued up. You know what you're doing. I mean, you've got to be, aren't you, really? But that's really good because that does help you with the clients. Because there's quite a lot of opportunities here that, you've seen, particularly like Soho, the school that Indy goes to, their marketing. Like, there's a lot of things that you can actually approach here. Because again,
it's not a saturated market here in Thailand in general. I'm a member of loads of Facebook groups, and there really aren't that many in Thailand. Camera equipment isn't cheap, but also I think it's just a skill that not many people pick up locally here. You go to compare it to somewhere like the UK, which is absolutely saturated, and because of that, you've got complete noobs coming in offering shoots at like 30, 40 quid. And they're undercutting people in the market, and they do a terrible job. You should never go for cheap labor. You never go for price. There's always a reason. So, there's a real opportunity here. I've had loads of people approach me asking if I can do photography, videography, any digital marketing, social media marketing. And it just got to the point where it was like, well, I could either go for like an education visa and just continue to work online or work over in Singapore, wherever. Or I could actually just get a work permit, and then in the meantime, while trying to get Co-Workly off the ground, because we are pre-revenue, I can at least pitch myself to work with clients here in Thailand. So I've got a couple of clients already, so
which is great.
It brings in the money, and it just shows that you put your mind to it, you can move to a new country and do it without a completely digital reliant skill.
Yeah, it's true. It's very, very true, man. It's really good what you've done, and you are right. It's not oversaturated here at all. There are so many, because over here, particularly in Thailand, man, like they still rely on posters. Have you noticed? There's posters everywhere. Like, that's still a big chunk of how Thailand operates in terms of its marketing. It's really, really unusual.
Yeah, I mean, they were definitely late to the game for most things. And actually, it kind of takes us on to a little bit about what today's topic is, with the digital IDs.
Yes.
Now, I have seen that, Thailand are very sort of diplomatic, and they also don't believe in digital IDs, but I've also seen that they would want to keep up with the modern world, which I can also understand. Vietnam are doing it at the moment, and they actually caused a lot of problems with digital IDs.
They locked out 86 million people from their bank account because they did not want to sign up for digital IDs.
Yeah, which means you physically, you couldn't get any of your money, you couldn't access it.
No, so let that be a lesson, guys. Like, that's what they've done in Vietnam. That's what they've done. They just, you don't want it? All right, well, you can't access your money then. And it's locked you off like that. In a day, it was like 24 hours, 48 hours. So,
and what people don't realize is that your money in the bank isn't your money.
No, it's not.
Your money, you then are loaning to the bank. That's how it produces bank loans and issues money to people. Exactly. So people don't realize, they think, oh, I've got my money in my bank account. No, you've got a bank account that you've loaned money to the bank.
Exactly.
So the money is not yours, so they have full control over it.
Exactly.
So they can just close it at any moment. Seize it. They can do what they want.
That's exactly. It's the same as a mortgage. You think because you've got mortgage, it's your house. No, it's not. It's actually the bank's house. You're just paying the bank off so that they can then officially give you the lease. It's the same thing. If it's in the bank account, it's not your money, and they can do whatever they want with it. And obviously with the digital IDs, we are seeing this now across the world. It will be implemented. We can't escape it. It's going to happen. This has been on the cards for a very, very long time. I think the issue that I had, particularly with the UK, is Keir Starmer came out and said, the digital IDs are to basically make sure we know who's working legally. Is that okay? So current premise is you need a national insurance card, passport, bank account, proof of address. Right, that's what you do right now. Well, if you're an illegal immigrant, you don't have any of those, so you can't work anyway. So that was obviously a lie. A week later, you had Tony Blair in a conference saying that actually it's got nothing to do with that. It's actually because we want to track spending. So it's like, so you lied. Now you're telling the truth. Now something else is coming out. So it's quite obvious. The reason why they want a digital ID is because they want to track everything that you are doing. And then the question comes on to why.
Yeah.
Like, why do you need to know everything I'm paying them for and all this kind of stuff? And there's a lot of things coming out now that I think people are starting to wake up to. So I don't think, with the government in the UK, I don't think they realise that there will be such a backlash from that. There were millions of people that signed up, including the Conservative Party, didn't agree with it.
Yeah.
And if they don't agree with something, mate, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
'Cause they agree to anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, a lot of politicians didn't agree with it. Even people in the same party didn't agree with it.
They didn't agree with it.
Ironically, Tony Blair's son just so happens to be an app developer or have his own company
What a shock.
who could build or are going to build this app that requires the digital ID. Oh,
What a shock.
How much money is he
Yeah,
getting?
exactly.
I mean, I think people have been so naive of all of this prehistorically, and now it's actually happening. They're starting to go, wait, hold on a sec.
Yeah.
So all that information I've seen online, all these people telling me not to get, not to go digital, not to invest my money or put my money into the bank, invest it wisely, which is something you preach about, which is good. But, I think people are actually starting to see and realize that, hold on a sec, we're at risk. I mean, I've seen videos of people going into the bank just trying to get, £1,000 out in cash for their holiday. Yeah. They get taken to the police station and questioned.
Yeah, like, what do you need it for?
I think more than £800 you get questioned.
Yes, like, what do you need it for?
What do you need it for?
Like, what do you mean, what do I need it for? I saw an actual example of that where a guy, and I think it was about £1,000, he was buying a motorbike for his son's birthday, and they wouldn't let him take the money out. And he's like, what do you mean? It's like, yeah, we don't, you have to provide proof that you're going to buy it. So but how can I possibly give you proof that I'm going to buy it? I can just give you the advertisement. Is that not enough? And like, no, you have to have an agreement. So it's like how odd that is. And now if you're withdrawing over £200 cash from the bank account, that's now being flagged. If you travel more outside of the country 3 times in a year, that's being flagged. Now we've got in April 2027, we've got pensioners who are going to be taxed on any interest they make on their pension.
It's a joke.
It's a joke. It's like, what do you think they are doing here? And now on your food in Tesco's and stuff, it's got the carbon footprint amount in percentage at the top right-hand corner. So guess what's going to happen now? They're gonna measure you on that.
Yeah.
Your digital ID will be attached to your carbon footprint. So let's say you can only spend 20% of that on beef. If you go over at the checkout, the POS system, that'll flag it immediately. Sorry, you can't buy that. You've already gone. That's exactly where we're going. So all those people that were considered conspiracy theorists, tin hat people, they put themselves in a position that they knew what was coming, and now people are starting to wake up to it. I'm really panicking.
And it's too late.
It's too late.
Too late.
It's gone.
There is no going back. And if people think they can stop it, you can't. No matter how many signatures you get on a petition, no matter how much you riot or you decide to protest against it, it's not going to happen.
It's not going to make a difference, man.
I think you've just got to figure out alternative ways and methods.
Yeah.
I actually I withdrew £250 from a crypto account and you put it into fiat in my Monzo account.
Yeah.
It was only 250 quid, but that was locked away for 3 weeks while they investigated me to find out where the money came from.
Yeah.
3 weeks I couldn't get just 250 quid.
Yeah,
I was like, are you kidding me? So I don't put anything through Monzo anymore. I'm being more savvy with how I invest money
and how you can take it out and make sure that it's not taxable. And this is again something that I have discussed on my Instagram in great detail on how to do that. Like, it has to be untaxable. And the biggest thing now, particularly with the digital IDs, we're starting to see a few more things come out. So now we're starting to see CBDCs being mentioned a bit more. But again, a couple of years ago, I actually put on my Instagram account the job description on the government website for it. It was there. You could apply for it. And that was when Rishi Sunak was in power. So they were applying for the jobs then. So those positions have been filled. Now we're 2 years ahead in the future. What do you think they've been doing?
For 2 years.
Yeah, they've been developing it. The issue they have is getting everything and putting it on chain. That's the problem that they're going to have. But they're the intermediaries that we already have. They've been building for the last 5 years. They're already there. It's just a case of who do we choose and basically who's our best mates in there that we can get it cheaper and make them a fuck ton of money. So that's the position that we're in now. So then going into digital IDs, well, what does that mean for digital nomads?
Yeah.
I mean, specifically for us, like, does it mean that when it is rolled out, can we just do it online? Or do you think they're going to call us back to the UK to actually go through the process and then make it difficult for us to leave again? What do you think?
Honestly, I in my head believe that it's going to get to a point where I will never return back to the UK because I'd be worried about never leaving again.
Yeah.
It sounds like
Sounds
I'm paranoid.
dystopian, doesn't it?
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
It's true, man. I have the same
Well,
issue.
they're already investigating people that leave the UK more than 3 times every year to find out why they're traveling so much.
Yeah, like
so you can't go on holiday more than 3 times a year,
It's crazy.
like without being investigated and
Yeah, it's
questioned.
like investigate. Like, how can you afford to go away? That's basically what they're saying. How can you afford?
Yeah, where's
to
this
go
money
away?
coming from?
Yeah.
Why have you got so much time off work?
Exactly.
Why is
like-
your employer allowing you so much time off work?
Exactly.
to
Like
do this?
they are really, really trying to cut down and try and control every little aspect that you do to then put you in a system where they can just put filters on and you'll flag immediately.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what we call in the blockchain industry smart contracts.
Yeah.
So what they do is they just put all these prerequisite things in and they don't need to do anything. It'll just automatically flag up all over the place. And that'll be done on chain. There's nothing you can do about it. It's just game over at this point. And then link that with CBDCs, then now they're controlling everything where you can travel, but then they're also controlling everything that you can purchase, what you can buy. And if you do go home and you have to sign up for this, I'm like, if we do have to go home in order to sign up for digital ID and go through whatever this process may be, they're going to make it very difficult to leave again. And if what Keir Starmer did say is if you do not provide a digital ID, you will be charged £85 every time you ask for a digital ID that you don't have it. You will be charged £85. So there's no, like, they are just literally, if you don't use it, you're going to be charged. And they know people don't have money. So then you don't have that issue. The issue is that I'm going to have to sign up for it because I can't keep paying £85 every time. So it's almost like you're being beat up to the point where it's just submission. Whether you want to do it or not, you will have to submit to it.
It's forced. It is forced.
Yeah, it's forced, man.
Forced.
Yeah, and it's narcissistic. It's not a democracy, guys. This is not how democracy works, you know? But the problem that I have is if you go back and you're doing a digital ID, then the digital nomad world, that landscape changes because it could be a good thing, it could be a bad thing. Because if you're already in a digital world, then you're probably already ahead of like how that works and what it is that you can do, and you still be able to travel around as long as you've got a digital ID, so to speak. But for the most part, it's scary that they'll just never let you leave.
What scares me with the digital ID isn't the fact it's a digital ID. I don't mind having a digital version of my ID. It's what they can do with the ID that worries me. As you mentioned, the carbon emissions. I mean, being able to stop you from buying food and groceries because you've already hit a certain emissions. Same again with travel. That's the whole point of it, supposedly, to mitigate emissions, but also track your spending and find out how you're able to go away so much. Why are you away more than 3-4 times a year?
Yeah.
You know, why aren't you working working as a slave for us as the government?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, we scrounge off you and we give our work to our sons and we make our families rich, you know?
No, that's it. Because then the biggest thing for me is like whoever develops the app and whoever has access to that information, obviously we already have cookies, right? When you go online, you have cookies and a lot of people would say, I accept all cookies, which is stupid. You should never, ever do that. Because what you are agreeing to is you are agreeing to all of your data has already been collected across however long you've been using that device. That browser is sold to third parties, right? So imagine that on a digital ID basis.
It would be sold.
It would be sold. Whoever develops the app has access to everything.
And we all know that data is worth more than gold.
It is.
So the moment you sign up for a digital ID, you already know that part of the clause is that your data will be sold to other companies globally.
Yeah.
And as we're saying, you're being forced into this, which means that the government also makes more money from your data. It's all about money. None of it's all about money and control. And people will just say, "Oh, you're being too paranoid. You're conspiracy theorists. It's just a digital version of your driver's license." You've got to wake up.
Yeah,
you really have got to start to wake up.
It is. It's really time to wake up, guys, now, because there are just things happening across the world now. Like everything's coming to a head.
Yeah.
Everything's coming to a head. Like I said before, in terms of digital ID and CBDCs, whether you believe that to be a thing or not, it's happening. Whether you believe it or not, it's going to happen. Mark my words, it will happen. But then now we're into this weird sort of place now where we've got the US now have a Bitcoin reserve. Now, if you would have said that 4 years ago, you'd have been laughed off the planet, right? It got rejected 16 times. Now we've got the US with a Bitcoin reserve, but they also have $38 trillion worth of debt, which is a new record high this week. What do you think they're going to do with that debt? Where do you think they're going to put it? They've got to get rid of it, right? So there's a lot of things going on. Like, you know, we have gold hitting all-time highs, silver hitting all-time highs, S&P hitting all-time highs. This hasn't happened in history, guys. We are in a new economic model that no one really knows what's going on. All I can tell you is that I look at the big boys like Berkshire Hathaway Group, which is Warren Buffett, Meta, and Amazon. They're the three I look at, like what they're doing. They've liquidated over $300 billion worth of assets and now keeping cash. Right? Cash, liquid cash. So what does that mean? That means they're waiting to buy things. They're waiting for a humongous crash, and they are going to come in and buy everything. Guaranteed, that's what they'll do. It happened before, it happened before that, and it happened before that. Like it just going, so everything's coming to a head now. And I just worry that people aren't ready for it. They've already lost a lot, but I don't think they're ready for the worst case scenario.
Yeah, I think the event a few weeks ago where everything crashed was just a teaser. I think it was just like, oh, this is it, it's done. And I think a lot of people are misled into thinking that's it, it's done. But like you said, it's all in the news everywhere about Warren Buffett selling off all his assets and waiting. And why would he keep his assets in companies or assets if he knew it was going to crash, because he would lose out on all of it.
He'd lose out on everything, yeah.
So and obviously if you don't know who he is, where have you been hiding?
You should know who Warren. You should know who Warren Buffett is.
Probably like the most renowned investor there is that's ever lived. So if he's withdrawing all his money from his assets, that is a huge sign going. He knows
something's going on. Yeah, something's really, really going on. And then on top of that, you've got Larry Fink, CEO of BlackRock, talking about how they are going to start tokenizing their assets, which is $10 trillion worth.
I've seen this.
So tokenizing means putting it on chain into a blockchain algorithm to digitize their tokens. That's going to happen again. So again, when people are saying crypto's not going to be the thing, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of crypto that's absolutely crap and doesn't do anything. Well, guys, there's a lot of stuff that does do something. And it is literally, we are on the precipice now of where it will go into a tokenized economy, into a digital economy, into a CBDC economy, and everyone's going to be part of it, whether you want to or not. The problem is, a lot of people won't know what they're doing. So the money will be made of how to get you on chain. That's where the money will be made. So if you can invest early in things that are going to be used, that's where people will make the money. And you won't really take it out in fiat anymore. You'll just use it in Bitcoin. You'll just buy things in Bitcoin now. That's what's going to happen. You won't need cash in your hand anymore. Like, you just won't need it. It'll just be, okay, Bitcoin there, and that's how it's going to work. Again, whether people want to or not, that's what's going to happen.
I used to know a guy that worked, I think it was for Halifax, and he was saying that many years ago when all the high street banks were closing down, it wasn't because they couldn't afford to stay open. It's because they were closing them down because they didn't need them anymore. And they started investing money into crypto. And they opened up new departments within the banking sector to build blockchains or to invest in certain cryptocurrencies and create this infrastructure. This has been years in the making, and we are, I think, within the next year or so about to see the whole economy shift towards to digital cryptocurrency.
And it's going to have to. And the reason for it, because people don't quite understand why would they do that, the reason for it is because money can just constantly be printed. Constantly printed, which is not good.
People don't understand how the concept of printing money works either. Once you understand how the system works and how they can just print money on demand, but what that means for the economy, how it all works, then you can start to understand why the banks do what they do.
Why they do what they do and why they need an alternative. Because it's got to a point now where you can't just keep printing money, guys. Like, there's just not enough. And if you're looking at historically through new currencies, it only takes 8 to 90 years before they're fucked. It happened. Like, that's just history. That's just how it works. So then when you're going over to a cryptocurrency that has a finite amount, like you can't make any more, then the value becomes extremely valuable. So like the less Bitcoin there is, you can't make any more. So then it becomes more valuable. You have to try and get hold of it more because it's spread across so many people. So that's why it needs to go over there, because it does solve the inflation problem, because then you can't keep printing. So that's why they will move over to it. But again, the problem is when you have America, who has $38 trillion worth of debt, they have to get rid of it. And if they move it into blockchain, you're going to see everyone's going, oh my God, and then it'll just crash. They'll just dump everything on everyone and then start again. And then it'll be the reset, which we all hear. There's a big reset coming. What does that mean? That's what it means. They'll crash everything to wipe everyone's debt out and start again. But people are going to lose everything. So therefore, let's get them on a digital ID, introduce a CBDC as the solution. Do you see what I mean? And that's what they'll do. It happens all the time. It's just, it works all the time. And yet we keep falling for it. You know what I mean? So, yeah, sorry to bring you down there, guys. But if you're not into crypto, just buy a little bit. Just a little bit. I'm not asking you to go all in and buy it. Just don't do it. Just make sure that your money is spread across different things. Because if you're just keeping £1,000 into your bank account, you're losing 8% every year, minimum. So there's no point in doing that, right? So let's just keep pushing it. But with the digital ID, if I have to get a digital ID, I'm just going to, my picture's just going to be like that. You know what I mean?
Holding the sign, fuck farmer.
Yeah, mate. Honestly, it will be. So I'm a little bit worried about it. Like my mum's, she's going back home soon, so she's going to have to sort of contend with all this. And it's just, you know, you're looking at the high streets now. High streets are dead. It's just an absolute war zone, man. It's really, really bad. So there's a lot of factors that I need people to understand. Just look across the board. Look what's happening, particularly in the UK. We've got schools have been cut. The resources are horrendous. The NHS is being cut. Police is being cut. Like, why do you think they're doing that? They're trying to dumb you down a little bit, create the problem of immigration, and then give you the solution.
Yeah.
You know, that's what they do. That's what they're trying to do. But they need that rift. It's called divide and conquer for a reason. It's happened for millennia. It's happening right now. People just don't see it. So then when you see, like, this illegal immigrant that's taking your job, that's not even possible, mate.
Yeah.
It's not
He's
possible.
not allowed
He's
to
got
work,
nothing,
hasn't got
so
work
he can't
permit.
take your job. The issue that you have is you may have a legal immigrant taking your job, but that's your problem. Because if someone's come over from God knows where with minimal English and they've taken your job, then you're not a skilled worker, mate. Like, you should have probably tried a bit harder because, you know, that's how it works. But, you know, you can take a horse to water, Julian. You know what I mean? But you can't drown it.
Yeah, fair enough. No, I think, sorry to put down on your day, but
sorry, but
digital IDs, it is going to impact the way that nomads travel. Like you said, who knows what we might see, but I think with the emissions coming in, I think it's something to be mindful of, and Vietnam's already done it. It might not be long before Thailand does decide to hop on it, or Indonesia or somewhere else. But let's move on to maybe a bit about Coworkly.
Let's move on to Coworkly, onto the fun stuff.
Okay, so update on Coworkly. So we've had some excellent news and some exciting news and some great things that have happened. One of those being, or in fact two of them being, is Joe and his partner Kieran have officially joined the C-suite team over at Coworkly. Right. So right now I'm not just sitting next to my co-host, I'm also sitting next to my COO, which is a pleasure to have you on board.
Yeah, it is.
At Coworkly.
Yeah, it's great to be on board, man. Like me and Kiz, we were really intrigued with Coworkly. It's a great concept, and I've always said, had I had Coworkly 5 years ago, I would have got to my position now much quicker, much quicker. And the main reason for it, and the reason why we absolutely love Coworkly, is it's because it's community driven.
Yeah.
That's such a big thing.
This is what I actually had an investment meeting last night with a guy originally from India, living over in Dallas, Texas. It was 11 p.m. at night, but it was really cool. I mean, it was a completely different meeting to what I anticipated.
Yeah.
Normally you allocate 15, maybe 30 minutes if you're lucky with an investor because their time is limited.
Yeah.
This guy scheduled an hour.
Nice.
So when I came on the call, I was kind of like, right, you know, do I tell you a bit about myself? Obviously, I didn't say this, but was it me telling him about me and then moving on to the product? So we had a bit of a chat, and he said, so tell me more about yourself. So I told him about myself, and I said, like, you know, do you want to ask me any questions about it, or shall I move on to Coworkly? He said, no, don't worry about the business for now. Let's just have a chat, see if there's some synergies.
Yeah.
And it just goes to show that investors are doing their research into you as an individual. You know, finding out what I do now, how I get paid, X, Y, and Z, why I'm in Thailand, telling him about the new business I started and everything there. Then he goes into Coworkly. Then he went back to something else, and he was jumping around between different topics in every direction. And it made me realize that you shouldn't go into a meeting with expectations about, you know, what you're thinking you're going into, and also making pre-assumptions about every investor, because you go, oh, this investor just wants to know about the business model, how much money they're going to make. He asked all these questions, but over a period of time, jumping between different questions, and you could see his mind was everywhere. Yeah. But that was really cool. But the whole purpose of this, and the point I was making, is it kept coming back to the community element and saying that, you know, yes, AI could be a threat in the sense of people can one day or possibly even now, look for co-working or co-living spaces using something like OpenAI. We are focusing more on the user side of things, building the community. We are incorporating AI to do just those things, to be able to find co-working and co-living spaces with partners that have registered with us. We provide more valuable data and feedback on the co-working spaces because we rely on the community to leave reviews. So one of the things that I realized after last night's talk was myself and Henry, prehistorically, we've been talking about co-working more from the partner perspective, maybe too much, where people get confused because they go, oh, so you focus on co-working and co-living spaces. We haven't honed in enough on the AI feature, which will allow you to, search for all of those, but more importantly, and most importantly, is the community aspect, something that AI cannot replicate and reproduce. You and Kiz, I was going to say Kieran Kiz, you both host your co-working meetups every Friday. And one of the key common things that comes up every single week is that people wanted a community. Everyone wanted to make friends with other nomads. So, co-workly, if you haven't seen any of the other episodes before, it's a mobile-first platform to be able to find co-working, co-living spaces, remote jobs, but most importantly, connect with the global community.
Yes, exactly. And because the thing is, from my perspective, as being a digital nomad for so long, the problem that I have always had is you move around a lot. So you go from Bangkok and you join all these Facebook groups of digital nomad meetups and all that. And to be fair, a lot of them are crap. They're not very, very good, or it's just someone who's there for 2 weeks and then going away again, like, great. But the issue is then when you move down to Phuket, my timeline is still filled with all the Bangkok stuff. So I have to then leave all that stuff to then join the Phuket stuff, and it becomes it becomes a genuine task. Because I can't be bothered doing it. So with Coworkly, you don't have that problem. Like, wherever you are is wherever you can connect with other people. And then if you can connect with a digital nomad, another one who's similar, it doesn't even need to be similar background, but just someone who is going to a co-working space, you then meet there, and then before you know it, you've got 3, 4, 5 people, and then you've got a community. And from that stems ideas. It stems like solutions to problems that you've got, like you can help each other out to then push your career a little bit further. And that itself is something that AI just can't replicate. It just can't do it.
It can give you suggestions, but it can't give you real world honest feedback.
No.
And I think, naturally as humans, we need connection. We depend on having friendships and relationships with people. And that's exactly what Coworkly wants to foster and wants to become. So at the moment, we are raising capital, but we need the capital to be able to integrate these features that you're talking about so that we can create more of an algorithmic-based social feed where it will detect your location, show you people nearby. We want to incorporate a connection feature where you can connect with like-minded people, maybe with the same personality type as you, same industry as you, so we can use AI to maybe figure out those things, and it can suggest people to you, kind of like a modern-day Facebook without us being a 100% social media platform. That is definitely a huge concept or part of the concept, but it's also being a discovery tool so you can learn about becoming a remote worker. So like you were saying, if you had Coworkly 5 years ago, the whole concept with this is that you can go onto Coworkly to find that community, to ask questions, get real world feedback. You'll be able to use the AI tool eventually, once it's built in, to search for the through the database of co-working, co-living spaces, make the reservations. We want to build in an AI travel agent which will give you information on visas, best modes of travel, any vaccinations you might need,
cheap flights,
digital IDs, who knows. And then we also have a separate work profile. So this is where the LinkedIn element almost comes in, but we're not merging your main user profile with your work profile. They're two different entities, like, this is what you do and this is who you are kind of thing.
Exactly.
So the work profile will showcase what you do, because a lot of nomads and hybrid workers are freelancers and they want to show what they do. They can also send their work profiles to people that they might be able to connect with or work with. We also want to build this AI recruiter into the platform so that it can apply for jobs on your behalf if you are looking, if you work for corporate companies, all that jazz. So we also have the resources tab as well. So it's called the Explore page. At the moment, that's where the social feed is. But we want to incorporate maybe packs like what you and Kiz have introduced, so like a digital nomad pack or a guide as to how to become a digital nomad or remote worker, best tools, maybe some blogs in there. So we want to really make this like an all-in-one tool. And the way we've structured it is almost an app within an app. So you navigate through the different pages and you get to one page in particular, the Explore page, which opens up like a new version of the app.
Yeah.
So
it's really, really interesting, man. Like it is a great concept. And obviously we're at that beginning stage now where you are trying to get investment and trying to get that idea across to them. Because obviously it's new. We have seen some competitors but nothing like this. They probably focus on just one aspect of what Coworkly is doing rather than the entire community aspect. So obviously trying to get that across to people is key. But Coworkly is the future of working remotely. It is like that's how it's going to be. And considering everything that's going on and the amount of questions I get, I'm sure you get them as well. Like, where do I start? What do I do? This will be such a good place to go. It's like join Coworkly, find a co-working space, find people to talk to, and go and talk to them. And then you'll start realizing that you build skills up. Yes, AI can teach you how to do things, but you can't show you. You can't just ask it a casual question and then it'll, it's still very limited in terms of what AI can actually do. Whereas if you are with someone, they can actually show you what they've done. They have experience, where AI doesn't have experience. It just knows what to tell you. Yeah. And that's the difference, man.
So there's a huge networking element to Coworkly. So as you mentioned, this Friday we've got the Coworkly networking event happening here at Homer, and you and Kiz obviously do the DigiYesMass meetup on a Friday. We want to build a feature where people can create their own communities within the community. So if you are based somewhere long term, you can start to organize your own events and you can advertise it within Coworkly. So that is something that AI just can't do. You wouldn't be able to go on and go, tell me about a co-working event this Friday that's happening in Phuket. We rely on the community, and everyone wants this app to happen. We've had so much positive feedback, so much support, and everyone wants it to happen. And the way we need it or can only make it happen is if people build this with us. They become a part of the journey and build the community. So everyone wants the community, and we need everyone to support us and to support themselves and become part of the community by encouraging all of this and fostering these new connections and relationships. And that's exactly what Coworkly is about.
Exactly. So like, I know you probably spoke about it now, but how many users do we have right now?
So at the moment we have just shy of 300 users.
Which is great.
It's great, and considering we haven't actively tried to onboard users. We've previously focused on partner acquisition so that we had co-working spaces on the platform. It also needed to prove that our idea of the subscription-based model rather than a commission-based booking platform was desirable, and it has. We've had great feedback about that. We've got tons of emails in support of that. So now is the time when we're starting to focus on user acquisition. And one of the ways that you and I are both trying to do this is through personal branding. So you use your Instagram a lot to talk about digital nomadism. Mine's more engaged in entrepreneurship, startup founder content, and trying to build sort of create awareness around what I'm doing. I'm actually on day 26 now of creating a vlog every single day on YouTube. Some of them are boring. It's more about consistency, frequency, and remaining disciplined. And I think it took Mr. Beast over 1,000 videos or something crazy
just to get to the level
before one took off, right? So this is partly a numbers game, but also building on a foundation. Now I'm starting to understand the audience. I'm starting to understand and read into the metrics more, looking at where everyone's based. And I think it's just that common thing that Gary Vee says, which is just fucking post the content.
Just get it out there.
Just post the fucking content,
Even if it's
get
crap,
it out.
Just get it out there.
Last night, I before the interview, I sat down and I was just like, hey guys, got an interview, blah, blah, blah. Sorry, it's a bit of a shit one. Haven't been busy all day. Take it or leave it. Off you go. One of my videos that I posted on day 14 has had, I think, 800 views, and it gained me 60 subs. And it only takes those videos every now and then that perform well to help you build that community and that audience. But that aside, going back onto the personal branding side of things, that's how we're trying to build a user base at the moment. And we're relying on people watching this and people in the community to talk with each other and say, hey, we love this mission, what Coworkly is going down. We're building like a membership card in so that you will receive exclusive offers and discounts and benefits at possibly co-working spaces. We haven't partnered with anyone yet, and we haven't fully built the feature just yet, but we want to partner with co-working, co-living spaces, affiliate brands for eSIMs, VPNs, maybe even well-known coffee chains or hotel chains where you receive exclusive offers and discounts by being part of the Co-workly membership club. So we're trying to give back to the community, but the only way we can really grow this product for the community is with the support of the community. So it's not just a us thing. This is a whole global international thing.
Yeah, because that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to do it for the digital nomads. Like I said, mine thing it's been created by digital nomads for digital nomads with who have personal branding, who have been there. It's not like just two random people that just created this. This is what we've seen is needed. So therefore, if you can build it with fellow, digital nomads, they will give you their thoughts and that's a good idea. Boom, and they're gonna. And that's why with the weekly one that me and Kiz do, the Dish Yes Mad meetup, it's always received so well because there's always somebody new that comes. So when you tell them about it, it's like, oh yes, that's actually a really good idea.
Last Friday was a great one, actually.
It was, it was a pretty good one there.
A few of us ended up going out.
You had a lock-in, didn't you?
Yeah, we had a lock-in house music event. Then I started the WhatsApp group. Now we've got a lads kind of
Gentlemen's Club.
Yeah, Gentlemen's Club, a distinguished gentleman of Phuket.
Yes, that's right.
And tomorrow we're going to the driving range to play golf. And we're all remote workers. We're all nomads. And, we've now been able to form strong friendships because of your event. All these people that are coming are mostly from your event, some from the networking event last month here at Homer. And we're going back to what you were saying, we're part of the community.
Yeah.
And I made a video about this on my YouTube the other day, which is don't sell the product, become the product.
Yes.
So we're not just two people trying to say, hey, download Co-workly. We don't know jack shit about it. We work in a corporate 9 to 5 still in finance.
No idea.
Joe Blogs here is on OnlyFans or something. But, together we've got this app. Instead, we're like, hold on a sec, we are part of the community. We're hanging around with nomads, people from all over the globe, from different backgrounds, different career choices, different lifestyles. And by doing so, I think that is our USP as a team. We know what we're talking about. We want to get real world on the ground feedback. We want people to feel like they can come to us if they see us in the cafe and come to one of the meetups and say, hey guys, I think this would be a great idea for the app.
Like, boom. Sweet. Nice one. Thank you very much, whoever you are. Appreciate it. Well, yeah, that's exactly what it's about. And that's what, to be fair, out of all this, you got your Facebook, you got your WhatsApp groups, which are all right, but it just blows your phone up and become fucking well annoying.
I'm so glad Facebook stopped the group messages.
The groups, God, they were too much, weren't they? They were too much, man. Like, sometimes I don't even really like looking at my phone.
I don't.
It's just like, oh, God, like, who is it now? And then I've got like 25, I'm like, and then I've got Slack, and then I've got WebEx, and it's just a bit too much. So if you could just nullify all that crap for digital nomads, like this is the place to be, then that it obviously makes sense. And to be fair, the fact that nothing is really out there like that is actually quite surprising. When you were talking about it, and the more I got to know about it, I'm surprised there's absolutely nothing. Given the fact that everything by 2030, like this particular industry, is going to be worth so much money.
At the moment, it's a continual annual growth rate of about 14.1%. It's worth about 55 to 60 billion and expected to nearly double. The projections are 117 billion, but I personally think it's going to go way higher because we're in the age of AI. Developers are so sought after. You've got people wanting to become AI engineers right now, and that means that they can work remotely wherever, whenever. I think that you're actually going to see those numbers increase. Yeah,
100%. I mean, for it to just be like a 14.1% cut, I don't see it. I think maybe the next year before, but after that, then you'll see it 20%, 30%, to the point where there'll be minimal offices. Those offices will then become co-working spaces.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people are now transitioning their Airbnbs into co-living spaces because it's much better to have multiple occupants of one property because you can charge a little bit more. And you can have it booked pretty much all year round if you market it well enough. So a lot of people are transitioning. There's a lady over in Koh Samui who's just launched a 3-bedroom co-living villa and has partnered or wants to partner with us. She didn't want to go down the Airbnb route because it means you've got to find one client or customer every single time
against a plethora of competition. But if you are a co-working space or you can be a co-living space or whatever it may be, it gives you that element of difference. It is a USP for them. So I think it's I think with Co-workly, what really appealed to me and the reason why I did want to be part of it, I didn't openly ask you to be part of it because I have my own thing going on, and obviously it's the time split and all that kind of stuff. But Co-Workly is so different and so moldable. Like it can be molded into quite a few different things, but at the heart of it, it's a team of people that knew it was needed, wish we had it, and thank God it's here. You know what I mean? And that's the difference. And then when you bring the community aspect into that, got people coming all over the place to our meetups, to your meetup. It's clearly needed. It's blatantly needed. The people that message me on Facebook is annoying. You know, it's like if it were just on Co-Workly, it'd be so much more streamlined. Rather than, okay, well, join this group then and join this. It's like, just join there and meet up with other people. You won't need me then. You go and do your own thing, man. You know, I'll cash out when Co-Workly is 10, hundreds of millions. I'm out, mate. You won't see me again, you know? This will be it'll get to a podcast like episode 30. None. That's it. It stops at 30. It stops at 30. Where's Joe? I'm just, I'll be somewhere else. So it is really good. Me and kids really love that. I mean, at the moment, the challenge that we're finding is it's like the time, because we've still got a lot of things going on. We still have our own clients. We still have this we still have the meetup, and we have a son. But the things that we are working on, the things that we can see are really, really good. And we are getting there. That's the thing. Progress is being made every week, and that's what you want to see.
It's the same for me, it's going to be a transition phase into the full-time role, because I've still got other commitments that I've committed to, photography and videography wise, that I can't back out of. So, that is part of also running a startup, and it is a difficult time and phase to be able to focus as much time as we would love to on the business to really scale it to something, which is why we're heavily, into our fundraising fundraising round, networking on LinkedIn. I'm messaging about 40 investors daily, lots of good responses, lots of meeting requests. So fingers crossed, it's just about finding the right investor, the right team, because it's not necessarily about the idea. I've got loads of investors, or had loads of investors that love the idea, but it's not within their scope. They don't know enough about the industry. They like to stick to their lane, It's kind of like, you've got the same with crypto, stick to your lane about what you know. Exactly. Choose one or two pieces of crypto or companies that you believe in, then stick to your lane. So, I think it is just a matter of time, and once that capital comes in, then we can start to, transition into a full-time. Okay, so moving on. Right, so let's move on from Co-Workly, and if you haven't already downloaded it, go and download it. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Give us any thoughts or feedback on things you would love to see within the app, or any ideas that you might have. We might already have this in the business model, but always open to suggestions and feedback. And if you do come across any bugs, don't worry, we are aware of them, we're taking care of them. But with limited funds, means that we have limited time and limited financials to pay developers. So the best thing you can do is support us by signing up, because then we can show investors people do believe in the product.
Absolutely, man.
That's all we need. So that's how you can help us, is just by downloading the app and signing up.
It's free. Just sign it up. You never need to look at it again.
Well, until it has more, and we can really get everyone engaged.
But
don't just download it and never look at it again.
Leave it, mate. Just leave it in your on your
put it on the last page.
I'll say you'll be fine. But that's the best way that we could get your support. You just download it, use it, genuinely try and use it, see if it's of any use to you. And then what you'll see gradually, you'll see more co-working spaces, co-living spaces on there. You'll start seeing the community aspect coming through. It just takes a little bit of time, because we've got to get it out there. It's marketing. On Instagram, I have 362 followers, or something less than that, which is quite good. When I started this podcast, I had just under 200.
Okay.
So I'm doing all right.
That's good.
I've got a few more, so that's good. But again, it's all these meetups, all that. So we'll get in there. So join, send money. Okay, cool. Final bit then.
We're going to end it here today with the rock, paper, scissors. So
how we do here.
It's 2-1 to me, isn't it?
2-1, yeah. So you ready? We're going to go 1, 2, 3 again. Yeah, we know how it works. Okay. you always like.
Come on, I'm like, what is this idiot going to go with? Come on, put your mind, think like an idiot. Just put your mind in the mind of an idiot.
He's just a monkey with a symbol or anything like that. Mate, so.
You're like aeroplane.
Dynamite with everything.
Okay, all right, you ready?
Yeah, you ready?
1, 2, 3. I was going to go again, but yes, paper.
Okay.
Paper. I was going to
1-0. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, 2-0. It's all right. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter though, because I always get smashed here. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, no, the rock. Okay, well done. That was good.
Nice.
All right, 2-2.
2-2. All right, let's bang on. 2-2. So that was episode 10. Yes, we focus on two really different things. an important thing that everyone needs to know, which is digital IDs. Please go and research it and figure out what it means to you, and if you want to be a digital nomad, what it means for you as well. But also, co-workly, that's our thing. That's what we're going to try and push. That's what we want everyone to be involved in, because that is the future.
We are literally building the community.
Yes.
That's what we want to do. We want to connect you with other people globally, so that
Yep.
if you decide to go to Mexico or you decide to go to Portugal, you're covered. You'll be able to meet people through the app.
Easy, like bang,
Yeah.
like that. We won't take like
People that will vibe with you as well, not just a creepy app of like people with no like interests or different interests to you.
Yeah.
One of the things that we actually said that we would look at doing is building the personality type. I can't remember. Is it the Briggs?
Yeah,
personality
something
type,
like that. Yeah, it's a personality type.
Yeah.
So whether you're into it or not, but it does give you a good overview of what that person's
Yeah,
like.
of course.
It could be an extrovert, introvert. You don't know, man.
Some people just like to go to a cafe and not talk to many people, or they like to sit there and read books with people.
Yeah.
Have like a book reading club. Some people like to be like the complete opposite. Go out and be like, let's go and do this. Let's go to a golf range. Driving range. So we want to be able to connect the right personality types with you as well, and that will all be probably AI focused. So if you want to meet like-minded people and travel the world with them, then co-workly is the future of remote work.
It is. Remember that. Peace.